I am managing a Jupiter square my moon. I have moon at 14 Aquarius, and Jupiter is squaring it, and of course that you can figure out what that means, but now I'm going to get even more vague and do some more astrology. We have Mars that's going to go into Pisces on the 23rd of this month. We're kind of inching up towards that, but not before we have to go through the wonderful Sun is going to conjunct Neptune. It happens once a year that the Sun will conjunct a planet, and it's happening with, um, Neptune there at 27 degrees Pisces. We've never been at this degree, getting this kind of conjunction. It's far, far away from, um, it's far into Pisces, is what I'm saying. Um, so then we have what the real thing that's going on that's very subtle, but a different feeling, real different feeling. Like the Venus going from Aquarius into Pisces. Uh, those are two different, like hot and cold differences. She comes alive in Pisces, getting back into the water, and as at home, they're kind of like co-ruler there, and we're heading into the second degree and the third degree, and we're at the fifth degree, sixth degree now. See, and it's going to be conjuncting Saturn is the main thing I wanted to inch upon and talk about. The Venus conjunct Saturn. That's going to be happening. Okay, so because Saturn is in Pisces, and it's a strange place for um, it's a strange visitor for Pisces, the house of Pisces to have, or the sign of Pisces to have. But it's in a house in your astrological chart, also wherever Pisces is found. So then we were looking for the exact conjunction between, which is at 11. Oh, it's going to be at 12 degrees on the 22nd. It's kind of magical. Of the 3rd of March, March 22nd, third month of the year, 22nd. So that is hard on love. It's hard, even though we're getting all loose and natural in the ocean, and her body is lying over the ocean and the sea. Um, Saturn is there. I mean, I just got the view of of some battleships, or more just like a big ship that's saying, "Excuse me, honk, move over," or something like that. I don't know, but she needs to snap out of her dreamland a little bit, I'm sure. And it's a harmonizing thing. I see it as, because it's a Venus. It's not a square. Did I say square? I probably did, and astrologers will do that a lot on this darn thing. It's a conjunction. The conjunction is very different than the square. If you're a good astrologer, you know this, and you do equate it with the opposition, because it's a once in a whole zodiacal phase time thing. The conjunction kind of fuses their energy together. If it's Saturn and Venus, now it has a very Capricornian feel to it, because that's what Saturn rules, and yeah, we are getting a refined um, kind of reformation, kind of institutionalization, really, because that's what Saturn rules, is the school that wants you to do better, and will make you do better once you get the lessons of Saturn. It rewards you, right? That's the real rewarding system, I think. But you definitely have to go along the ley lines of the truth. And so we have Mercury that went into Aquarius, is moving very fast. Aries, and it's moving very fast, but it's going to slow down and then go retrograde. It's like an epic thing that's happening this year, that this sign is going to experience Mercury going retrograde in it for a couple months until May, the middle of May. and it's going to create the ability to communicate, and we don't see any complications until it starts to go retrograde, and we have to go back and check it out. And what's a trip is that it's at the 27th degree that it stops and goes retrograde. But I want to go back to March here, and look at where it is right now. It's at 12 degrees. It's moving really quick. Mercury is, and it's under a Mars influence. And so Mars, okay, so it's in Aquarius still, and while it's still in Aquarius, we're going to see like a critical mass that is the masculine side. Um, just anything is possible. We are still under the influence of a Mars Uranian feeling, with it being Mars in Aquarius, and Aquarius is Uranus ruled, and we do have a pulling off of the Mars square Uranus with Taurus, the Uranus and Taurus. It's always a question of our self-worth, the value of everything, and what's really going on there. You have to consider Mother Earth, the Earth, our connection to it. Really, what's in between there is our ability to process information. Um, are we connected to it or not? And what are we really working? Whew, boy, having said that, we're in trouble, because I'm looking at an overlay that something affords it to run. And it's getting up and going to work in the morning, but is it really working, kids? Why is there still starvation and all of this human energy going to where? Making sure you get enough money to pay all of your insurance policies. And also, what else? All this stuff is like, is it even your idea? After a while, do you want to stop running and just sit down and say, fuck cable television? And what else? All of it else. Until it's just robots operating it, I don't want to run for that. Give me my rope, give me my exoskeleton at least. They have exoskeletons that, like Sigourney Weaver was. Is that her name? Yeah, in the movie Alien, where she put on her suit and she had everything there, a laser, all kinds of stuff, right? She can do all kinds of stuff at a level that's like she can lift up 600 pounds easily, um, and I don't know, the human world, you need to slow down, and there's nothing like, I don't know about you, but there's really nothing like working with our hands. Oh, it's such a, there isn't anything like it. There is just, thank you, Grandma. Well, now we're talking about Mercury having gone into the Mars-ruled sign, and then you look at Mars, what it's going to do is going to pass through the later degrees of Aquarius, which is like it's going to communicate to the whole humanity how what's going to be happening in the next, well, definitely it's going to be starting in 150 years when the age of Aquarius actually sets in. But we're going to get a taste of it. We're going to see some things, and along with coming up with tomorrow's Neptune conjunct Sun is a dreaming time. If you can give yourself the time to meditate at least 20 minutes, but no, just if you can just at any time, just listen to the ethereal messaging, the way that you'll remember, your mind is going to pick up some things about some connections about that future that I was talking about, the Aquarius, like what role that you are playing in it, like what ripples are going out, what is it's kind of like your role in the movie, on the stage here, in this time era. It's definitely this time, the communications, our actions, it's right now we're going to decide who are we that had an effect on that outcome, which is rippling out, and it's really infinite, and the way that it really is something that, if you can realize, that somebody is telling me bye on this thing, and it's like, babe, we never even said hello. The SM thing, you know, I am working to. I know I just got off my subject matter, but that's fine. I saw something this morning that came up and it flashed, and I guess I moved too fast and I hit something too quick that I only got a glimpse at the first. What it was saying. It's saying, it said something like, in order to monetize your, to get you, you know, this will be easier to be able to monetize your account. And you know, I get the feeling that the intergalactic monitor can hook you up with money, um, where, if you, of course, streamline your material, and the main thing to talk about is your favorite subject matter. The reason why I have 380 now, it's gone down a little bit, and I think it's, well, a number of reasons, but we don't, the creator doesn't bother about who likes it, who doesn't, or even about it. I mean, it's once we hit send, it's burnt. Go on to the next one. The main thing is we're up on the higher vibrational frequency of trying to channel and make a point. We feel good being creators. It feels good to get some things out of our chest. The treasure chest. I know I need to change my cover photo to something. I don't mind the fire or anything. It's not that. It just needs to be changed, and I should maybe put some words on it that says something like that, like, uh, what do you have in your treasure chest, or whatever. But anyway, treasured chest. Your heart chakra, you know, to share, to resonate. The only reason is to resonate. Otherwise, you're somebody who is always looking for something that's bugging you, right? That's wrong, and then it's a dislike, and then you wish you can say something, but you're beginning to stick out as something that's not even working for yourself, because you should be resonating with, you should be finding what's nourishing and taking it, and that's the only way to live. The saying may go, and I'll wrap this up maybe. Um, Eat crap and let it nourish you. Aren't you glad I didn't say shit? There's some little part in it, something in some experience, in all experiences, you got to find whatever. Never walk away as a loser. Never walk away as a loser. You don't have to. But like I said, you're not working for yourself very well, let alone. I mean, who cares about other people? At least I'm going over it, and if I'm fascinated listening to it, and that's called channeling. See, I do channel. It's hard, to be what you're supposed to be here, which is a receiver that will, um, contribute into the whole. You know, there's a lot of people who are working through, their individual, subconscious, experiential, like programming memory, bad memory. Nobody is free from staggering, across that and through what they call, you know, you see your own shadow and now you're going to run. And but the problem is the influence, of society, people up close, especially. We are all interdependent. That we do the right thing, which is the highest of high possible, engagement through your through your senses. That now, gets into, now I'm talking about your wits maybe, but your witness. Think about it. Wit. What is wit? Now there's ness at the end. Witness. Do you have any witness? Where's your wits? Well, kiss my grits. Um, we have, me sitting here. It's just 7 in the morning, and I'll be sure to do some editing. I should have edited my hair before I got here. I did cut it myself. Oh my God, not. It's looking like I've done something wrong. Anyway, I know that my look is changing in accordance to how that, well, Mercury has gone over my ascendant, and um, being Mars ruled, it's like I can't help, nobody can help all of humanity. You have to look at the Mars. Like I said, it's an Aquarius. There's communications that might go on, only because Aquarius is a very communicative sign. It rules electricity. So if you want to talk about all of the possible communications that's going on, as just pure science, that's what Aquarius is the pure science of things, includes everything in your body operating as an electrical situation that has frequencies coming through your sensory system, and um, that is ingenious. It's the genius in us all. We have to brace ourselves and just let yourselves think openly. Let it openly. Leave your mind open for things to come in. Don't be afraid of the feelings. You can only get so intense with that and sit with it, breathe. Whoo, you can talk to them. You can say, God, this feeling here, wow, when are you going to wring yourself out? I did that the other day, and there's a way there is a way to do your own therapy here. People are reaching out too much to other people. There, at one point, from my experience, right, is that you can't that they can't do precisely the thing that you need to accomplish for yourself, and that's a no-brainer for a lot of people who are healed, right? Um, in that specific area. See, it's guaranteed. Boy, I don't like the way my hair looks right now. Sorry. It's guaranteed that they have something to heal in a certain area that the other people already healed, and we're just struggling with one aspect, and that's a deep subject matter to look into. It's worth it though. All the talk and unfolding of it. Um, there, some people are not ever going to be able. We are not going to be able to open our minds to anything until um, it's open to us. I can't really explain it. Anyway, thanks for listening. Um, the Yeah, the phenomena of, hey, if I get monetized, I can help people a lot more. See, my thing was to start a trend where, okay, so there's 380 so-called followers. If they all give me $3, I'll do the math. See, then if I got ducats, whatever they call them, money, it's a game. It's really a game. It's terrible because it's not working for anybody. It could work. See, that's what I happen to think and thoroughly believe. Of course, it's a big, of course, that you monetize and you try to do the human organic business over this medium, which connects you with the field of reality more, which is your camera. Okay. We all know that there's ways to Photoshop and stuff, but then most people aren't doing that, right? I mean, this is where you really have to be discerning. But then, no, perhaps might be why they have cameras hanging around everywhere that don't really film very well. They're not putting any kind of effects behind those, but maybe they can, but maybe they can't. Maybe they don't, maybe they do. You have to be a better robot than just a robot. A human being can discern, and I found out, okay, so we want to talk about narcissists again? Narcissists, I was doing some math here. I was trying to do 3. Narcissists don't You can't. Sometimes they get lost they look at the TV, and I'm not saying it's the narcissist. I think it's the mind that gets tricked, and they think that it's happening. They think that not the newsreel, but the movie. I had a friend sitting right next to him, and I can tell that he got completely disoriented. And he said, "Girl, is that happening? Is that really going on?" And I was like, "No." Immediately, I was like, "No. Not only is it just it's not happening because that is done at Paramount Pictures, Universal Studios. It was filmed 10 years ago or something. You know what I mean? Woo! So now I was trying to if I get monetized, if you like my storytelling and you just keep hanging on, and it's really a trip because I know I do with some of my channeling. I do channeling, and that's the way. See, the right way to release your material is at least look at it 3 times, do some editing if you want. But really, some of it you should leave it raw. Yeah, best to leave it raw. But it really depends. Okay, so 380. I have 300. I don't know how to do math, so I'm going to do it right here. My brother is the type that can do this equation really quick. Last time I checked was when we were 9. Okay, so 380 times 3 equals $1,140. See, I would be happy to say, you know what? Just take that $140 away and say, now, however many followers you have, I will put in, because I'm following your channel, or you're a follower of mine. Let's ask your followers to send you this much money. I don't know. Somehow start a trend that just makes it easy like that. But I was wondering how that all that works. Like how does it get to the bank to where I'm paying my stupid electric bill, and the water bill around here really bugs me. I did fix a leak since the nEpTUNE kind of moving out of place and doing its thing with Mercury and the Pisces planets. I've had water leaks spring up here, 2 of them, and one got worse. And I just fixed one, and I got a hold of the other one. Not enough though. And just the water subject alone, for everybody, we need to look at it. Nobody's looking at anything, and it's probably too overwhelming. It's uncomfortable, and it's like, babes, you didn't come here to be comfortable. That's rude to the people who are being uncomfortable for you. Jesus, was that you? Yeah, right. What we mean is, okay, so I like what Harold Kaltz comes up with is love is the uncomfortable route. It's more intelligent. It's just more disciplined. Fear is the easy way. Fear is the comfy way. Fear is the comfy. It recedes back. You can plainly see how it staggers down evolutionary consciousness, the possible evolution. One thing I wanted to talk about is the word evolution, let alone that it does have the word love in there, but it's going backwards for some reason, and I don't know, all that stuff you got to take with a grain of salt. Why do we find it? And there is a reason that you can work it out in your own mind, and it helps too. Just at least figure, well, what's going on here? Well, there is a reversed universe here, and the more that your perception is dragged away from the universe, which is the one calm, um, the one truth behind all truth, the one that's the same for all here, from your creator there, then you're going to be confused more, of course, and it's not to say it's good or bad, it's just it's happening that we somehow have to drag it down here through communicating and language, and yeah, you can't really make sense out of see. You can't really make sense to intelligence. Like a loving person will notice that you have some things off kilter. But that's very speculative because there's only a few reasons to open your mouth. Why we're opening it mainly is because you're confused. Now, having said that, the reason why, say, there's a system that says we have to tell you something like your schools and even your mom and dad is because they want to confuse you. And they got confused. Most likely the parents thing, they got confused. They don't realize that, see, this is important. I'll try to string this together. The main trouble is with the cerebral being a narcissist, they are converting words into pictures in their mind when you don't need that. Reality is enough of a picture, right? And then the truth, and then your experiences are complex more than just hearing somebody say something. So with that, there's a confusion about um, reality. Really, like, okay, so is it really there or not? Did they just experience it or not? The answer is no, not ever. And you don't convert words into pictures um, uh, unless it's something of your experience that clicks in. Now, resonation comes to mind, which means that it hits the truth and reality, which is the same for everybody. And a lot of narcissists don't understand that. They're saying, nah, nah, my truth is different than yours. And it's like, no, I get it. You have a different character. You have a different experience. You have a different mind. Yeah, no, that's the truth. That's the same for everybody. About the mind is that no two are the same because they are all their special little intricate messes, jar of crap that, but they're all the same in that. And then they're all the same in that they should think about cleaning it out. They should just get some fire hose or something, stick it in one side and blow it out the other, so they can at least stop killing Jesus and like this video. I'm just kidding. I wanted to clarify that confusion going on with reading that happens first with the cerebral narcissist and the society that is out there. It's like, they don't realize that they're not really having that experience. And what has rewarded them with even having just tried to maintain this kind of false field of information that only flowed through the mind and it never got an experience of it. Um, they're rewarded with money, right? Ultimately, that's the ultimate like picture of it. We can see some professors, if they're just being told uh, their science and they're not really doing discovery of for themselves and coming up with their own words and writing it down, and then they're getting paid for it, and they're getting, hello, welcome to like what claims to be real science that talks about climate change and everything, even especially in the West, all of it's a farce. Psychology, medicine, how to do food, your education. The only thing is like, did you find something like me online? Not exactly like me, somebody who changes their robe at least 3 times a month.